Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing.
I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted.
Reaction, because that's how I always feel when I see situations like this. And then there's this weird sense of grief, because it is Diddy, right? Diddy is a hip-hop hero. He's an ordinary person who did extraordinary things. To sit here and act like the man wasn't a huge part of our upbringing is a damn lie. So there's this weird sense of grief, like another one of our heroes has ruined their legacy, and it's their own fault because of poor choices.
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy CS for a year. That's the crazy thing. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video of Disgusted. It seems like every day we hear something new about the downfall of one of the entertainment industry's biggest moguls, seen Diddy Combs. But this time, it's not just any scandal, it's one that's shaking up Hollywood and beyond. Imagine a man who built his empire on chart-topping hits, luxury and power, now facing accusations that have left his fans, former collaborators, and the entire music world in shock. We're talking about a world where private jets, high-end parties, and industry insiders become the backdrop for something much darker. And the names being dragged into this mess, none other than Justin Bieber and Usher. Initial reaction, because that's how I always feel when I see situations like this. And then there's this weird sense of grief, because it is Diddy, right? Diddy is a hip-hop hero. He's an ordinary person who did extraordinary things. To sit here and act like the man wasn't a huge part of our upbringing, it's a damn lie. So there's this weird sense of grief, like another one of our heroes has ruined their legacy, and it's their own fault because of poor choices. Let's rewind a bit. Diddy's been under the microscope for months, and now he's in even hotter water after being arrested on charges that have sent shock waves to the music industry. You may have heard the buzz allegations of secret parties involving famous faces, and rumored shady dealings are swirling. Some call them freak-offs, while others say they were just wild parties. But now, more than ever, those so-called parties are being linked to something far more sinister, and Diddy's reputation is taking hit after hit. I'd never met Diddy a day in my life, but when you do wrong, it comes back on you, so none of us should be surprised. Alright, it's not just Diddy who's caught in this web of scandal. Rumors have started to surface about Justin Bieber and Usher, two of the biggest names in music who have been connected to Diddy's notorious gatherings. Both stars, who once had close ties with the hip-hop mogul, are now finding themselves under an uncomfortable spotlight. People are asking, how much did they know? Were they involved? And how will this affect their careers moving forward? Okay, this is what I mean when I say people wake up every day and just violent lies. Diddy, how are we supposed to believe anything that comes out of your mouth? And furthermore, why should we not believe the rumors of things going in your mouth? When you out here volunteering bold-faced lies, you would still be lying to us right now. If it was no video, you didn't even apologize to Cassie. In the video, Justin Bieber, who has been a long-time fixture in the industry, was famously mentored by Diddy when he was just a teenager. The two had what appeared to be a solid relationship, with Diddy taking Bieber under his wing at a young age. Back in the day, Diddy would boast about gifting Bieber fancy cars and bringing him into his world of luxury. It seemed like a dream come true for the young pop star at the time, but looking back now, some fans are questioning the nature of their relationship. Did Bieber get more than he bargained for? Just an escape from me. I was just young, you know, like everybody in the industry and people in the world who experiment and do. Bieber himself hasn't directly commented on Diddy's arrest or the swirling rumors, but insiders say he's been distancing himself quietly. One source hinted that Justin might not have fully understood what was going on around him back then. But now, with all these accusations coming to light, it's hard not to wonder how much he might have been aware of. And if he was, what did he sell? These keep changing the top layer. You got to do some real internal work, and you have all the money, all the resources, have access to the best everything. Stop spending the money and using the resources to attempt to cover up your lies, and start using the money and the resources to deal with your truth. Let's not forget Usher. Either his name has also been dragged into this mess, and it's not the first time he's been connected to some of Diddy's wilder parties. Rumor has it that Usher, who once lived with Diddy during his early years in industry, may have been exposed to more than just music and business lessons. In a resurfaced interview, Usher admitted that living with Diddy as a teenager meant being introduced to a lifestyle that was, in his words, curious. No, not really, I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things. Yeah, but you were third. What were you? I went there to see the lifestyle, and I saw it. While he didn't go into details, many are now speculating what exactly he witnessed and whether he played a role in any of the behind-the-scenes activities now being investigated. The connection between Diddy, Bieber, and Usher isn't just based on old friendships or mentorships. It's what happened at those infamous parties that has everyone talking for years. Rumors circulated about the nature of Diddy gatherings with whispers of late-night escapades involving high-profile celebrities. The glitz and glamour that surrounded his party masked what may have been much darker activities behind closed doors. There's layers upon layers when you get into these conspiracy theories. Man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers. People close to the situation are coming forward claiming that some of these illicit parties were more than just music and fun. They were reportedly designed to manipulate and control people within the industry. Now, in light of Diddy's arrest, these rumors are being re-examined and the implications are staggering. It's becoming clear that what was once seen as harmless partying might have been part of a larger pattern of exploitation. But where do Bieber and Usher fit into all of this business? And to add on a different level, cause I'm seeing him go from his independence to then becoming Puff Daddy, you know what I'm saying, and I got a front row seat looking at that. Let's talk about Bieber for a moment. The pop star has been in the public eye since he was practically a youngster, and for most of that time, he's been associated with some of the biggest names in music. His relationship with Diddy was seen as one of those crucial mentor-mentee bonds that helped propel Bieber to superstardom. But with Diddy's arrest, that relationship is being put under the microscope. Bieber's own rise to fame wasn't without its struggles. He's been open about the pressures of fame and how difficult it was to navigate such an intense lifestyle at a young age. What we're now learning is that some of those early experiences might have involved more than just the usual celebrity drama. Bieber, according to insiders, was invited to many of Diddy's events that are now being called into question. There are unconfirmed reports that Bieber attended some of these infamous parties and may have witnessed things that would be shocking if they were to come to light. The big question remains, did he know what was really going on? Getting word that these accusers could soon testify in front of a grand jury in New York, and that one accuser is from Detroit. Usher, on the other hand, has a longer history with Diddy, and their relationship dates back even further. In his early years, Usher was heavily influenced by Diddy, who helped shape him into the global superstar he became. Living with Diddy, Usher was thrust into a world of fame, wealth, and excess at a young age. While it was clear that Diddy helped Usher's career, some fans have always speculated about what else might have gone on during those formative years. In fact, there have been rumors for years about what Usher may have been exposed to during his time with Diddy. Thank you, right, Puff K? He might need to get out of here. Just over with. Did your D? Yeah, you had a hell of a run. It's it, and you still have hundreds of millions of dollars. In a resurface interview from years ago, Usher made some cryptic comments about his time living with Diddy, hinting that things weren't always as they seemed. He described some of the parties he attended as being over the top and strange, but he stopped short of saying anything specific. But now, with Diddy's arrest, those comments are being reinterpreted. Did Usher see things he shouldn't have? Did he turn a blind eye for what was happening around him? It's so funny what's happening with Diddy, because this was inevitable. And here's where things get even darker. There's growing speculation that Bieber and Usher may not have been just innocent witnesses to these notorious freak-off parties, but unwilling participants. What makes this so alarming is that both were very young at the time they were brought into D-Circle. Bieber and his mid-teens, Usher even younger when he first started living with the music mold. The implication here is huge. If these two stars were coerced into attending or even participating in these events when they were still minors, it would be a devastating blow for Diddy's legal defense. If they were to speak out publicly now, it could be the final nail in Diddy's coffin, potentially sealing a life sentence behind bars. We all saw it posted yesterday all over all social media pages. Cassie fought a lawsuit in New York City against Diddy. She's claiming she was stuck in a decade cycle of abuse. The rumors don't stop there. Some insiders are saying that both Bieber and Usher have been quietly cooperating with the FBI for months, if not years, providing crucial information about Diddy's activities. Allegedly, they've been gathering evidence under the radar, working with authorities to expose the full extent of what went down at these parties.